Hello everyone. I joined a sewing challenge of Christine Travers of doing hexes. I think she's making a map of hers. I don't think you actually have to make a map, but you know, it's all about doing the hexes. Well, I'm new to slow stitching, so I thought I'd give it a go. I've done a couple of things now. I've done something about 2 years ago. I didn't know if it was called slow stitching then. The first thing I ever made was, where have I put it? And this was for another challenge. It was fabric pages. Right, I make a book, but I literally use mine for. I've got all my I've got some embroidery threads on it, and I put my needles in it and stuff like that, and more embroidery threads in there. Um, so I use it for that sort of thing. So I did that, and then the other day, because I never finished it, I thought, oh, I'll finish it because sewing's not really my thing really, and I could really move the camera up rather than just let's move it up for a minute while I talk to you. Oop, sorry about the hand. Um, Video is not really my forte either. So anyway, I come across it and I thought I'd finish that off, so I did that. So then I thought, oh, I quite like this idea, this slow stitching, and you know, you can. It doesn't have to be perfect because I'm not very good at hand sewing, and even on the machine I've got a bit of a lead foot, you know, and I get a bit carried away. I'm like, oh, this is exciting, and then it goes all over the place. But I do try. If it's for myself, I don't really care. So I've done that a couple of years ago, and then I thought, oh, I'll do something else. So the first thing I did, well, not first thing, another thing I made is I picked up this real bargain of lace off eBay. It's off a charity shop, right? This is literally full of vintage lace. Such a bargain. So anyway, I made this. I just sat there and I thought, oh, I'll do that. Now it's not perfect. I used plastic canvas to make it more secure because I've had plastic canvas for ages and I did something with it, and then I was like, what am I going to do with it? So I put that in there, so that's made it nice and like a thing. So I did that. Then I thought I'd make another box. Well, I'd used all my plastic canvas. Let's put this back. So it's a little bit wonky at the bottom, but you know what? That's okay. That's okay. It's just for myself. So that's all my bits there. So then I thought I'd make another box. Well, I'd run out of plastic canvas, made this box, and of course it just wanted to flop in. So I was looking at it and I thought, you know what? It flopped. It was like a bag shape. I'll make it into a bag. So this is what I did. Excuse me from behind. If I can get it off the hook. So I did this. So it's just 4 panels, like that, like that. Just doing all my slow stitching and that. Got the handles off Amazon, like that. I hand sewed a zip in, first time I've done a zip. I did glue this on because I wanted to cover up some of my stitching that wasn't very good. Anyway, so I ended up with a bag, which is ideal for storing bits and pieces in, so I did that. So, excuse me again from behind, just put that back. And then I thought, wouldn't it be nice to have a nice phone case? So my phone case was pretty minging, to be fair, it wasn't very good. So I took it apart because it had like a purse bit and that in it, and I just took this bit off, and I've just made myself like that, and then I just glued that bit back in. So that was that. So anyway, let's get back to this challenge. So the challenge was to make hexagons. I'm sorry if the dog barks, but he might bark in a minute. And to make it, I don't think you had to make a mat. She's making a mat. I think it's just making the hexagons. So I'm going to show you what I've been doing, because as I went along, my theme in my head was camping, because we've got an old camper that I absolutely love, and so I thought, well, we're doing embroider theme on camping. So this is what I've done so far. I'm going to move you down now. Excuse my hand again, so you can see, hopefully. There we go. Here it is here. So as you can see, I'm turning it into a little sewing pouch. So what I did was, I'm going to move this all off a minute because I had to move my stuff just a minute ago, otherwise the dogs would, or the puppy would chew on my lace. So basically, I don't know what else will fall off as I turn it over. This is going to be the front, and these are the little bits I embroidered. So I've put a little caravan there, seen. I done a little fox.
Motion detected at the front door.
And I done a picnic basket there with a bottle of wine and everything there, and then put some plain ones in. So that's how I sewed mine, like that, like a flower really. So there's what, one in the middle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've done 6. So then it made me think, so let's put it back that way now, is what am I going to do, because I wanted it to shut, obviously I wanted it to shut. So far what I managed to do, because I put lace all around my hexagons, I managed to get a really small crochet hook in there, like that, and crocheted. Of course I've done this bit because once I've got my drawstring in there, it should draw it all in, like so. So I'm just sewing some lace. I'm trying to do it as flat as possible. It is curling a little bit, as you can see there, but I can live with that because I wanted it to be able to do like this, open right out. Because what I was thinking was, is if it does that, because the idea is I'm going to take it with me camping when I take some craft stuff. So I've put a bit in there for my scissors, are going to go there. You can see a little bit of elastic there. That's going to go in that bit. I've got in here, oh, on each side here, see I've put these like fancy pins. One there, one the other side. Because what I'm going to use, I've got loads of these little gift bags. These are just going to pin onto that because I want to be able to take them off. So they're just pin onto there. Right, so I've got one for each side of these little bags. So they're going to pin on. Then I had, sorry, I'm getting all, it's so excited, I'm really sort of getting into this. So then I put some elastic there, and I put some of my other bits there. I've got another cotton reel there. This one I've pinned on, and I'm probably going to pin another one on to put like your overflow of like trims and that all or whatever on there. And then the middle bit, so I'm going to keep my what do you call them, stencils or whatever you want to call them in there to draw around. I had an old sweet tin, you know, like the travel sweets. So what I've done is I've just glued some trim around it, because this is going to be my bits and bobs tin. So I've got some wax in there. I've got some little little charms, some little homemade things that you can put on in there. Now I don't know whether I'm going to put my pins in there, because then I'd have to root for, I have got another little vintage tin upstairs. I might use that because I want to put some pins in there, and my threader. Definitely need a threader because I never see what I'm doing. So, and they're the little bits that fix them these on. If you want to use the little tags, there you go. They're the little things that stick them on like that. So anyway, so I've done that with that bit of the tin, because this is going to go in the middle like that. And then I've just done it because I've had the top underneath my cast iron pan, because I've done that. Now these I haven't embroidered, the little flowers and that I did. It was a little bit white, so I've used a little bit of fabric pens to try and quiet down the whiteness of it. So I done that. Obviously it's padded because that's my pin cushion. Then I've glued it onto the lid. I'm just gluing on the little trim round there like so. So that's going to be my middle bit, like that, in the middle of my pin cushion, like so. So scissors there. I don't know yet. I might have to, I'm thinking, because I'll just make this up as I go along, that I might have to put like maybe some ribbon that I can tie across there to hold that there and hold it all down. I'm not sure until I get to the drawstring bit if that'll just all keep it together, but that's what I'm thinking, like that. So what I thought I would do, I might even use ribbon on it now, because I was going to use the cord maker to make a cord once I finished sewing the lace on. I only did that because I thought I wanted it to have that nice bit at the top, you know, when it's all gathered, the nice lace, because I'm trying to make it look vintagey, because that's the sort of style I like. Oh, I've got some old poppers as well to put in there as well, so like that can go in there and all. So yeah, so it's all stuff that I had around the house that I can use. There I've done a little bit to put my pins in there, like so, like that. Like I said, I'll probably put another reel of thing. I've got to finish doing that, but I thought you might like to see it because I've been really enjoying doing it, you know, and putting the crochet on. Just thought it'd be a good way. I might have to put poppers in, I'm not sure if that's going to do what I want it to do. I'm hoping it's going to draw it in enough. If not, I've got some poppers I could sort of put there. And then I thought, if that lays flat like that, if I did take, I don't know, a little sewing machine with me, you could then use it as a mat. So that's why I want it to still fold out, because that unpittings, obviously them I can take out. That's flat anyway. I can take the bags off, so you would then have like a little flat mat to use. So yeah, so that was my idea. So I'm going to get on with this now. I'm going to finish sewing this on. Trying to do it quite loosely because obviously I don't want to, it is hard because I was hoping to be flatter than that, but it's whoops, it's not, it's curling up a little bit, but you know, it's coming out quite well, I thought. Sorry, dropping stuff, you can see my ugly mug in there. Yeah, so I will update you on another video when I finish, but I hope it give you some idea. I'm really quite pleased with how it's coming on. Like I said, I think it will all pan together, but sometimes it's, you know, it's good to have a look around the house for things you can use. I mean, like this tin, I mean, excellent, it's brilliant, just perfect for there. And then once my oh, it's pretty alright now. This glue I use is really good, but what you have to watch is it glues all your pin, you know, your what do you call them plastic things, whatever they're called. Yeah, then that'll go on there like so, and you've got your pin cushion in the middle. Yeah, well, I know this video isn't that long, but I just wanted to come on and sort of like show you what I've been doing. Apart from that, I've only been making socks, but I probably don't think you want to see that. But you know, I thought you might be interested in this because it's something useful, because I live in such a small house. Well, I live in a granny annex really, that I could put you back up looking at me now rather than looking at that, couldn't I? Let's move you up. My hand again? No. I can't really have stuff that's not usable in some way, you know. So it's thinking of ideas. So gradually of thinking about camping, and then it started thinking, oh, if I made it into something I can take with me camping, because at the moment I'm enjoying sewing. Sometimes I take knitting, depends how I feel, but I thought if I can put, I mean, all of my bits won't, because I will need fabric, it depends what I'm doing really, but I thought most of it went in here. You know, it's a nice little pouch that I can stick in another bag and bring it along. So hope you like this video. I'm sorry there's no fancy editing from me. I don't really know how to do it. I have got a different camera, but then my laptop broke, so now I'm using my phone all the time because I haven't got a laptop, so I can't use that other camera. But you know, it's not all about, but you know, I'm not doing this to be fancy. I enjoy crafting, I enjoy cooking, so it's all about that. if I can give other people ideas, or you know, make you feel like anyone, because anyone can do some crafting. You know, there's so many things you can do. The slow stitching is nice because you haven't got to be perfect. It's not about being perfect, it's about relaxing, enjoying it, um, and getting something out of it. I mean, if you, mine's not perfect by any means. Um, you know, the lace helped a lot, hide all stuff, but you know, it's a usable item. I can use it, and that's the main thing. And I can look at it, and to me, I look at it, and it's nice to look at. So anyone can do it. Anyone can do it. So give it a go. Just sit there, you can pick up, you know, go in the charity shop for fabric. I've got a lot of like vintagey like napkins and stuff like that off Vinted. I always look for a bundle because obviously you got your postage on top, and then it's more of a bargain if they got a few bits and bobs. But I mean, charity shops is a good one, but I hardly get out, so because I've got the doggies here, so I. But when I go, I'd look. I mean, I'd look for stuff that I can reuse the wool and stuff like that. I mean, it all helps because at the moment everything's so expensive that you know, we've got to find bargains to be able to keep doing stuff that you enjoy doing. So you know, it's worth looking in charity shops, look on Vinted, look on Marketplace. You know, you could buy old clothes to do it. You know, you can make, like I made that book that I keep my stuff in. I mean, you can make things useful out of it, or you can just make a scrapbook or whatever like that, or whatever. It's endless really. But you know, give it a go. It's rather relaxing when you sit and watch telly. I often put on the fireplace thing on YouTube and just sit here with that crackling in the background and doing sewing or crocheting or knitting, um, and things like that. I'm hoping to. I've just started sorting out my craft room upstairs because, like I said, I live in a granny annex because we live with my mother-in-law, and we've only got this whole area, which my kitchen's through their bathroom. This is our bed comes down over here at night. Upstairs, my son's got one part of the room, and then there's another part of the room that side, which my other son was here. He moved back in. He just moved out last year, just before Christmas. So we've been sorting that out, and I've got, because all my craft stuff literally had to go in the loft, only the few bits that I kept out down here. So because I do like to do all different things, I do a bit of cleaning sometimes, I've done junk journals, it depends what I feel like really, but I like to have bits and pieces here that if I feel like doing something I can do something. So anyway, been sorting the room out upstairs, and I'm going to do a video up there. I've done a little craft video, but I tried to put it on, but I could only put it on as a short, but I will try and do it. But I've it's nice because I had stuff that I got, and because our room's so small, I couldn't really have it in here, and I really liked it, and I didn't want to get rid of it. I picked up a job lot of vintage lamps off Facebook last year, I think it was. Might have been the year before, with the old onyx stems on it. I think it's 70s. Some people here we might probably remember. And there was a standard lamp in it, and that's why I bought them. It was only a tenner, and I think I got about 6 lamps in this standard lamp, and I loved it. And I really wanted it in here, but there was just no room, so it's been in the loft, but I didn't want a part of it because I really like it. So now we've got the room down, even though the room's quite small, I've been able to have some of the bits that I really like in there, and I've made a crochet cover for the lampshade, because the lampshade is, I don't know if it's original, but it's quite old. And I've made a cover for that, so that's up there. I covered my little small tapestry footstool with thing, and my husband got me a treadle sewing machine because it's been my dream to have one of them. I've got a hand crank singer which I absolutely love, and I do get it out and display it sometimes. I do use it, but I do sometimes just like to have it out because it's so lovely to look at. It's not a real fancy one, but to me I just think they're beautiful machines. So I've been practicing on that, and I can do it a little bit. But like I said, I'm not a great sewer even on a sewing machine. I've got an electric one as well, but I give it a go. If there's stuff that I want for myself, then I do it. I wouldn't do it for anybody else because, like I said, it's not perfectly straight, but for me, it doesn't bother me. So I've got that up there. It's pride of place up there. So I'll try and put the video out so you can see it. I've got some storage, but I've still got some more stuff coming out of the loft. So I'm hoping this year, because last year I ended up having 3 operations. I two planned, which I knew I was having my knee replacements done. I had them both done, full replacements. And then I hadn't been well for quite a long time, and it was my gallbladder. I didn't know what the pain was, but that's what it was. So anyway, I had my gallbladder out in November as well. So it was quite a hectic year last year. But no complaints, because my knees are marvellous. It's the best thing I've ever done. It's just so enjoyable having Christmas dinner this year that I wasn't absolutely in agony by the time I sat down. I could hardly move because I could hardly walk. So I've been housebound more or less, because even when we go camping I had to stay around the camper, because even walking the dogs I can't go that far. Well, I couldn't then, I can now. But yeah, so it was quite a funny year. So this year it's going to be brilliant. I've got no problems with my stomach anymore, and of course my knees are done, so I want to get back into doing my crafting. So this is I think someone's at the door now, so I'm going to have to go. But thank you, bye bye. God, I just thought I'd do a quick little video of what I've made. I am going to take some pictures as well, because it's a bit hard seeing it in the this light. Hopefully the dog's not going to start barking. And I got so into it doing the Hexy challenge that I've finished mine already. So this is it closed. Now I went for a theme of camping. I'll show you all them more close up in a minute, but this is what it looks like closed. Put a little flower on the bottom so I didn't lose my ribbon when it come out. And that's what it looks like. So that's what we got, like that. Okay. So then see inside there, that's it closed. This is why I've done a video, so it's a bit easy, because I'd have to take so many pictures, but I will take some pictures a bit more close up of the colour. I've got to have this so long, and it'll be self-explanatory in a minute why. Right, the idea was that I wanted this to be able to lay out totally flat all the way round, so that's why that's so long. I'm going to take a little bit, put it all back out, I should think. Right, let's try and do that, not too taking too much time. Right, give you the idea. This would lay flatter if I fiddled about a bit long enough. So as you can see, my theme, I went for camping. We've got a vintage camper. I love going camping. So I've made myself this, I'm going to tilt the camera. I don't know why the colour's not very good. I don't know. But like I said, I'll take pictures as well. So I turned it into, sorry, you're going to see me a little bit now, into a sewing bag. What I've done is, nearly all these bits can come out. So my cotton reel can unclip, it's on a clip. These, my little bags of threads, I've literally used fancy pins. I don't know if you can see it there. That's just the same, so that lay flat, and I can take all the other bits out the other side because the other bits there. Right, so they can all come out. That will go flatter once I take all the thing out. And this was an old sweet, like the travel sweet tin, so I've used that, glued on some beads and everything like that, and then I've put a little embroidered, I embroidered, did the little blue flowers, but I didn't do all these. But and in there I've put all my like my little bits and pieces, so that goes in the middle, like so. That's that, and I've got my stencils and stuff in there as well. Now my actual embroidery, I did a caravan, hopefully you can see that there. I did plain ones in between. I did a picnic basket, a bottle of wine, of course, got a bottle of wine, haven't we, and a fox there. I did pucker a little bit, I think that's my tension on that, I think, but anyway, a little fox. But what I thought was, if I took this all out, I then have got a mat, see, so I could still use it as a mat. If I take a little travel sewing machine or something, I can still use it as a mat. So that was my idea. So I hope you like it. I had fun doing it, and thank you. Bye. Hello, I just wanted to share with you my new craft space, which I'm really excited about, because since my son moved out, I've been out because most of my stuff had to go in the loft, and now it's been made into a really nice room, so I've been able to get all the bits and pieces that I love out. My leaf paintings, I didn't do them, but I bought them vintage ones offline, which I love, because there wasn't a window in this end, because this is a room above the garage and my son's in one half, so we'd separated this off. So now we put a window in behind the curtains, that's in there. And I've got bits that I like, my hostess trolley, and I've got my little portable record player I bought myself. I crocheted a top for my puffy. That's my son's dog's toys because he likes to come in here. I've got all storage over here and on the very top shelf. I've still got stuff out the loft to bring down. And then here is my knitting machine unit, which is in there. And then I've got my electric sewing machine and my embroidery machine, my linker when I make jumpers on the knitting machine. I've got a wardrobe there that's got my overflow stuff in there, just a little wardrobe. And then this is my really lovely singing machine that my husband got me that I love. Storage above. I've just been sewing actually, I'm just making some cushion covers there. And there's my singer. And this chair, my daughter's very clever. I bought this off Marketplace and it was just a white chair with a dusky pink colour. She'd done this off me, she's painted it all. And she's put these covers on it for me. She's done a lovely job of that. So yeah, so I hope you like seeing my new space. I've got my lamp that I've always loved. Yeah, it's just, and obviously I've got some other bits and pieces I've got to have in here, but you know, at last I've got somewhere to bring my bits into. So anyway, just thought you'd like to see it, and thank you, bye.